for the invitation. It's a beautiful city, especially right now. I have to apologize for not speaking Italian. I do speak a little bit of Italian, but I don't have the vocabulary for it. I spoke Italian up until the age of 7, that I learned from my grandmother that left Italy in the 40s, so I sound like Clark Gable with a little Venetian accent and a very strong Swiss accent, which you'll be laughing all along the presentation, but not because of the contents, but because of the form. And maybe the contents should be upfront today. I would like to talk about how design is putting thoughts into things. And I will explain that with a short history of hackers and priests. It's a presentation that I held just a couple of days ago in Berlin, at FIFO Berlin. I changed it a lot, I improved it a lot, I hope. I was so nervous when I held this presentation that I forgot the whole second part. So it has 2 parts. The first part is theory, the second part is practice. It seemed to me that this subject is so difficult that I can't get to the top. It felt like I have to climb a very difficult mountain for the first time. And when I reached it, the theoretical part, I was so happy scared, maybe that's a Japanese expression, that I just ran off the stage without saying thank you, without showing what everybody was coming to see, which is the new version of Writer for Mac. So this time, if I run off the stage, please come and catch me. It could be the same case, because I'm very nervous. I managed to explain it once, but it's like going up the Mount Everest. If you go up once, it doesn't mean you can come back a second time. So let's get started. In my biography, you won't find any design school except for Design School Basel, where I didn't study but teach. I taught how to use Microsoft Office, which is maybe more complicated than design, but that's beside the point. I actually studied philosophy and teaching stupid computer programs was a way for me to finance my studies. So I studied philosophy, actually honestly, because I fell in love with a girl that I knew went to that philosophy course. But the official version is that I studied philosophy because I wanted to know whether my mind is in the world or whether the world is in my mind. Sounds like a game of words, but it's actually quite an intriguing problem. I won't go too much into it because it drives you crazy. It's something that drove philosophers crazy for a couple of thousands of years, and it drove me crazy as well after 7 years of studying philosophy. And now I'm 40, and overall, if you count all the years that my brain tries to figure out where it is in the world, where the world is in it, it took me 40 years of thinking to find a way to hack this problem. So this is not an answer to all the philosophers. This is just me thinking that I found a way out, and probably in a couple of weeks I'll find that it's just a deeper trap I fell into. But here's what I found out. So after 10 years of studying philosophy at university and 12 years of designing things, I found out that some things are designed. It's a great thing that few people know, especially philosophers don't know that, because philosophers look at the world like this. They look at the world that is not designed, and they find all kinds of problems. So they ask questions like, what is this? It's a fucking stone, right? But no, they're like, okay, it's a stone, but what is it really? What's the idea of this thing? What is the essence of the stone? There is no essence, it's just a stone. But the difference between what we've seen before and just a stone is massive. And the difference is actually design. Now, Thinking is putting things into thought. If you put things into thought, it's very painful because things are actually out there. And you have to get them in. You know, you look at them, and then scientists say the light comes into your eyes, and in your eyes, something magical happens, and then between the eyes and your brains, there's like cables and stuff, and then suddenly, it becomes a thought. I always thought, that's kind of strange, because that's not how it feels. One thing that we know for sure is that by designing, we put thought into things. If someone makes a hammer, it's not a big mystery what a hammer is. It's not what's the idea of a hammer, what's the essence of a hammer. It's very clear because the thought precedes the object. The designer has to know exactly what it is, what it's supposed to be, and there is no such philosophical problem what's the essence of a hammer, because the essence comes before the object. So, the stones, it happened, and the hammer, or if you want to, the knife, is made. What this is a speculation. You have to try to find a way to get closer to this thing, to look at it from all sides. And here you know exactly what it is, because it's here because of your intention to be clean. The hammer is in thought. It somehow finds a way into your brain. I think the explanation that natural science gives is kind of weak. And this thing is something that is thought through. So your thought penetrates the object that you design, which is a beautiful feeling if you compare it to all the pain you have when you look at the world from a natural scientist's point of view or from a philosopher's point of view. So you could actually say that the difference between subject and object disappears in good design. If you have good design, the thing that the designer wanted to do, thought, is just right there. It's one. And also good design, especially good interaction design, is where subject and subject are. So if you use a program that works really well, you can feel the designer on the other side that was thinking. So whenever you use something that's well designed, you're together with the designer. And this is, this is part of what where designers feel some happiness, because you're really close to people like Massimo Micheli, when you look at this thing and use it.